Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to math. The concept for today is called, it's a kind of a long title, okay? It's okay. Relationships between lines and planes. Last 6 weeks we learned what lines were, what planes were. Today we're actually going to put all that into the test, all into action. So make sure that you have the title. Again, relationships between lines and planes. Notice that I have this drawing up here, this figure. Okay, this 3D figure. Make sure you write it down on your notes. This is the figure we're going to base off all of our questions off of today. Obviously, if you can't draw it perfectly, that's fine. Just make sure something similar to it. Okay, this is not our class. Label it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay? Make sure you have it down. If you need more time to draw it, pause the video. I'll be here when you resume. Alright, I'm assuming the ones that needed more time, pause the video. They already have that on the notes. Okay guys, so today we're going to find a few different things on this 3D model. Okay, so let's start off with the first question of today. Take a little tour here around. The question that is asked is, name all planes that are parallel to plane DCE. Okay? Again, if you need more time to write this down, pause the video, resume it throughout the whole video whenever you need to pause it, if you feel like you're falling behind. Okay? Alright. So we're looking for planes that are parallel. Okay? Our keyword. Planes, we know what they are. Okay? That are parallel to DCE, meaning if we go back to our 3D figure here, we know that DCE, okay? Notice it makes this little L. So this is the plane we're going to focus on, this plane on the outer rim, okay? The side. So we're looking for another plane that is parallel to it. Notice that the top plane is touching it. Okay? So it's not that. It's not the back one either, the front one or the bottom one. Because they all touch it. The only other logical explanation is, notice that these two planes, the outer rims of the planes, are both running the same way. Okay? So, think of, for example, this box. The outer one here, let's pretend this is this plane, DCE, is this plane here. The side, we know that BAG is the outer out here. So we know that the plane on the outside here and the plane on the outside here both run like parallels. So the answer is, it doesn't really matter which three you pick. You can say BAG. You can even say BHG or AGH. It really doesn't matter how you label it, okay? Because it's still the same plane. I'm going to label it A, B, and G, okay? So our answer, like I said, it can be any one of those. My answer is going to be plane A, B, and G. Okay, because that's the only one that is parallel to it. So that's the first one, okay? The second one is, what if we were asked, okay, name all segments that are parallel to B and D, or segment BD. Okay? So again, we know what segments are, right? They're lines that have an end at the end. We're looking for the segments that are parallel. We know parallel is two lines that cross the same way. We're looking for BD. So segment BD is what we're going to base it off of. Okay? So let's go back to our shape. So again, we're looking for BD. If you look at here, we have B and D. So this is the segment we're going to use, this line here. We're looking for segments that are parallel. Okay? Can DF be a segment that is parallel? No, right? Because it's intersecting with D. What about FE? Is it parallel to BD? It is not, because BD is running this way, FE is running that way. Okay? But we can say that AC is parallel to BD, right? Because they're both running that way. We can also say that GE is another one that is parallel. We can even say HF is parallel to BD. So it looks like we have 1 here, 2, and 3. So we have 3 answers. Okay? We have AC. So back over here to our little. So we have AC. So segment AC, comma, segment HF, and segment GE. Because remember, they were all parallel to segment BD. Okay? We're doing one more example. What if we were asked this last question? The last question states, name all segments that are skewed to, let me turn the computer a little more, DF. Okay? So name all segments that are skewed to DF. You might ask yourself, what is skew? Skew is one of the vocab words we covered. Okay? Means that lines that do not intersect and also are not parallel. Okay? They're skew. So for example, if one line's running this way, going straight, and the other one's running sideways, and they don't intersect, then those 2 lines are skewed. Okay? Because they do not intersect or they are not parallel. So they're skewed. So we're looking for segment DF. Okay? So let's look for segment DF on our little chart. So segment DF. So here's our DF. Okay? Our segment. Remember, we're looking for segments that do not intersect or are not parallel. Is DC askew to DF? It's not, right? Because it intersects with the line. Remember, it cannot intersect, it cannot run parallel. So therefore, we know that CE cannot be skewed because it's parallel to DF. Okay? What we can say though is we know that GE does not intersect or is not parallel to DF. So therefore, we know that GE is skewed. Okay? Another one that can be skewed is AB, because remember, it's not parallel to it, it's not intersecting it, so it's another one that can be skewed. You might ask yourself, what about BH? BH is not, because it's parallel to DF. Okay? So our only 2 answers here are GE, because it does not intersect. This is not intersecting, this is just the 3D part of the back. Okay? Also, BA is not intersecting or is not parallel. So your answers are GE and BA. So segments, we can say segments. Let me see, I can put it over here on the side somewhere. If I can do it a little lower. Alright, segments. We said GE and segment AB. And that is our answer. Okay? Keep in mind, all we were doing is proving, if they were parallel, if they were not, if they were skewed. So here is, if you have any questions, first of all, okay, might have been a little tricky. It might be a little confusing for you because now we're not actually solving with numbers. We're actually solving with words, with letters. Okay, now you actually have to write things out. If you have any questions, I know it might be scary. Don't hesitate to ask questions, okay, guys? That's what I'm here for, okay? So now, let's move on to the assignment. Alright, guys, so here's your shape. Notice I have an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Something similar to the one we have on the board. The only difference is this time I changed the questions a little. Same objective. It's just different segments you're looking for. Again, name all the planes that are parallel to plane ABC. Name all segments that are parallel to segment BH. And then name all segments that are skew. Remember, skew is lines that do not intersect, lines that are not parallel. Okay? So 2AG. Once you're done watching the video, make sure you submit your answers. Make sure you draw the shape on your paper. Write down the questions, answer the questions, send your answers to me. And then I'll be waiting for your email.